Okay, hello everyone. So today we're just gonna do a simple old get ready with me because I wanted to try my Looxi shadows and I thought why not do that on camera. And I've just been enjoying doing my makeup. It's been very therapeutic and just nice. So I was like, why not get ready on camera, film it. Could be a fun time. So I'm first going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Primer. And if I'm looking down in the corner, it's because this is where my mirror is. So excuse that. And then I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion in 901 Fair on top of that, just to bring a little bit of life back into my skin. I literally do my primer so aggressively and now my face is gonna be super red. So for foundation, I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation, and I use the shade 400 Pearl. This is actually a really good shade match for me, and I've really been enjoying this foundation. I actually haven't worn it outside of the house. I've just been wearing it around, doing, my day-to-day activities of nothing, but I've really enjoyed this so far. It's not very heavy and it has a nice, medium coverage, and it's just an overall, really good foundation. I'm very happy with it. It has, a matte, not really, a semi-matte finish, I would say. It's not super matte. It's a really good, just standard foundation. Good for wearing in your house to do nothing, which is what I've been using it for. And then I'm just gonna go over that with a sponge. The honestly saddest part of my quarantine so far has been that I opened a new sponge and then I somehow got specks of dark brown eyeshadow on it, and I thought that it was mold, and then I threw it out. And then later that day I realized that it was eyeshadow. And I just wasted a brand new sponge and I was really sad. So obviously I have not been suffering that much. That was probably the most pointless and boring story that I've ever told. And this is the NYX Microbrow pencil in the shade Ash Brown. I don't know if people actually like people doing their brows on camera. I actually feel I like it. I feel like brows are, to me at least, one of the most annoying and difficult parts of doing my makeup, and I feel like sometimes it's helpful to see the way that other people do their brows. So when everyone just leaves them off camera, it's well, what about all your tips and tricks? And then to set them, I'm going to use my Annabelle Brow Show Eyebrow Shaping Gel in the shade Light Medium. I've really been enjoying this as well. It's kind of a random product that I just picked up when I needed brow gel, and I've been liking it. Okay, so I'm just gonna prime. I'm gonna do eyeshadow now, so I'm just gonna prime my eyes using the NARS NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I like just clear eyeshadow bases. I'm looking more for longevity with my eyeshadow primers. Not really. I don't need a really thick or opaque or tacky eyeshadow base or anything. I just want it to make my makeup last longer. And then I'm going to put a little bit of concealer in my inner corners because I like to do my eyeshadow before I do my concealer. I do my makeup in a really odd order, and I feel like it just helps conceal the darkness that's right in my inner corners before I do concealer fully. And then I also like to set my eyeshadow primer with I just use my face powder. I just find it makes things so much easier to blend. Honestly, like if you can do your makeup or your eyeshadow with a tacky primer base, kudos to you, because I'm not that skilled, frankly. I'm not that skilled, and it makes my eyeshadow look like shit. Okay, so now for the pièce de résistance. My Looxi shadows. I have my JD Glow shadows in the bottom as well, so don't mind those. But I'm going to try to only use these shadows for the most part. So I'm first going to go into this shade Tiger. It's like a light orangey yellow mustard shade. I don't know why I cannot describe colors. My last video was honestly painful to watch back because it was just like me struggling through color descriptions, and I was like honestly wanted to actually punch myself. It was horrible. So thank you to anyone who watched that, because I could barely watch it, to be honest. And that is really pigmented. That's beautiful. I love that. So how have everyone's quarantines been going? As I briefly mentioned before, I've been quite fine. I honestly have absolutely nothing to complain about. I'm safe. I have lots of food. I have my girlfriend, so I have a companion. I'm still getting paid. Like, I have a roof over my head. I'm very lucky, and I know a lot of people don't have those things. And my heart goes out to everyone who's struggling and doesn't have it. Their life in the lap of luxury like I do right now. Now I'm going to go into this Habanero shade. It's just a matte orange. Not quite a pumpkin orange, a little bit of red is in there, and just put that on my outer corner of my crease. But yeah, as I was saying, I've been doing fine. You know, I really have nothing to complain about. I've been doing all the quarantine activities that everyone else in the world has been doing. I've been baking so much. I've been eating so much. I have not been doing productive things with my life. Like, I haven't actually been like bettering myself academically or like educating myself. Like, there's a lot of things that I could be like doing for my work, but I haven't been. But I'm trying not to feel too horrible about that. I have to do field work for my thesis, so it's really up in the air as to whether that's actually going to happen this year, and I have been dealing with my sadness over that by just not doing any work at all. So, I mean, you know what? It's okay. I don't have deadlines or anything either. Like, I have nothing really to do other than like self-improvement work, and I'm really like just shit at motivating myself to do that. So yeah, I've literally just been like baking cookies and doing yoga and reading books. But you know what? Hey. And I'm just blending this out with a clean brush. But it's getting to the point now where I'm just like, it might be nice to just go to a non-essential business, you know? Just like step foot inside and then leave. Because I don't actually like leave my house if I can help it on like in my normal life. So I also haven't like been super struggling with having to stay home. My girlfriend, if anything, has been the one who's like dying to like get out and do something. I'm a very much a homebody, so I'm very content. And then I'm going to use the shade Heartthrob to deepen things up a bit if I can. This is just like a burgundy matte shade. And I'm just going to put that in my crease and outer corner again. Hopefully this will deepen things up. If not, I might have to go in to another shadow. But my heart also goes out to everyone that has been affected by the horrible tragedy in Nova Scotia. It's like could not have come at a worse possible time, and I can't even imagine how people there are feeling. When I was sitting down to film today, it was kind of like, it feels kind of stupid to be like filming and talking about makeup when like so much just absolute shit is going on in the world, but it's a nice escape for me at least, and I know that a lot of people feel the same way. It's just like so hard to wrap your mind almost around like everything that's going on. It's just, I mean, the Nova Scotia shooting was just like, it's such a senseless act of violence in such a major way that like you can't, it's, your mind literally just can't even, I feel like, process it. And that's me, like, I don't have family in Nova Scotia. I'm not like affected by it personally, but you just want to have like some reason, and there is none, and it is just the most tragic thing. I think now I'm going to take the shade Misfit. It's like a blue and like plummy red duochrome. And I'm not going to cut my crease, I'm just going to go in. I am going to wet this. This is just water. But I do like to wet my metallic shadows before I use them. I literally just wet every single formula of shadow, because why would I not? When I can make metallics more vibrant and shiny, why would I choose to not do that? You know, it's kind of my thought process. And I wanted to put this shade on because it has that like reddy toned plummy base, so I think it goes really well with this crease. And I'm just going to put that on the first half of my lid, not like, I'm not going all the way across. I'm going to take the smaller brush that I used, the Heartthrob, I blanked there for a second, the Heartthrob shade there, and I'm just going to blend out the shade that I put on my lid. And then I'm going to take a little touch of the orange Habanero shade and blend that into my lid shade. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of that Heartthrob shade and try to build it up a bit in the inner corner, or the outer corner. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the Misfit shade on my finger and just intensify the lid a bit. Oh my god. I'm just going in with a little bit of Tiger on the edges. There is a little bit of kick up with these shadows, but not anything really like insane. It's pretty average, and that like kick up in eyeshadows really just doesn't bother me that much at all. Some people I know like really hate powdery eyeshadows, but I truly couldn't care less if I'm on. And then I'm just using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer in the shade 001 Fair. I recently got this actually like maybe a month ago, and I've been enjoying. I'm going to set my under eyes using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This is very awkward because I don't actually have a table. I have a bookshelf, which is, it's a long story, but it's not really like an ideal filming setup. I wouldn't classify it as that, and I'm just like holding this like powder and I feel like it's spilling everywhere. I do not let anything like bake for very long. I pretty much brush it off immediately. Then I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte pressed powder, and I'm going to use that on the same sponge and just sponge that into my face. If anyone has tips on, like, not even positivity, I don't even want tips. That's the thing. I've become a nihilist during this quarantine. Like, I'm not like more sad than I normally am or anything. I've just slowly developed this like completely nihilistic attitude of just being like, well, why does anything matter anymore? Like, why would I make goals for myself? Like, now all I want to do is just sit at home and do nothing, and like, what's the point, you know? But eventually this will come to an end, and eventually I will have to go back and have some semi-productive life, and I'm just like in the weirdest, like, nothing matters, fuck everything mood. I honestly don't know where it came from, so if anyone else feels like that, do let me know so I don't feel alone. But I just used the Tarte Smooth Operator Loose Finishing Powder, like an HD powder. I just use that on my T-zone, and then I use the Hourglass Ethereal Light Ambient Lighting Powder because I'm rich. Okay, now I'm gonna finish up my lower lash line so I look less like an absolute maniac. I'm just using the same shades that I did in my upper lash line. So right now I'm using the Habanero shade, and then I'm just gonna blend out the Habanero shade. Okay, and now I'm gonna take a smaller brush and take the Heartthrob shade and put that really close to my lower lash line, or lower lashes rather. So I took more of the Heartthrob shade and blended it out with the pencil brush, and now I'm just blending everything out again, and then I'm going to take the fluffy brush that I used initially in the shade Tiger and go around the very edge of everything and smooth that out even more. Okay. And in the interest of using as many eyeshadows as I can, I'm going to take the shade Walk of Shame. It's a white to pink, like duochrome shade, and I'm gonna put that in my inner corners. It's a little deeper than I normally go, but fuck it today. I'm gonna contour now with my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in medium. I'm really torn when I film videos like this because I feel like I just want to talk and talk and talk the entire time, but then the video ends up being like 5.5 hours long, and I feel like that's annoying, and rarely do I have anything to say that's actually of substance. So if you guys like shorter videos that are more like edited down, let me know. If you like longer videos like I've been posting, also let me know. And for bronzer, recently I've been using the Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter. So this is like their deeper shade of highlight, and I've been liking to use this as a bronzer actually. It obviously is like very glowy, but I really have been enjoying it because I've been liking to feel very dewy recently because I don't have to worry about my makeup like lasting all day because it doesn't matter anymore. I'm not going anywhere, and it's kind of nice. But I like the gold sheen that it has. Maybe it looks horrible. I don't know. I don't know why I'm suddenly so insecure about this bronzer. But now I'm gonna set my face using my Pixie Glow Mist. And for highlight, I'm going to use the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Double Gleam. It's just a very like neutral toned champagne highlighter. I wasn't sure how this look was going to go today, so I just picked a neutral one. Very aggressive with my highlight today, apparently. Above my brow. And then I take some on my finger down the bridge of my nose. that didn't show up, so. And then also my Cupid's bow to highlight the mustache that I've grown that I have not shaven off yet. And then I'm going to take that same little flat brush and just take a little bit of that highlight and put it on my brow bone, because there's not really a shade that is suitable for my brow bone from the shadows that I have. And then for blush, I'm going to take the Likely Makeup Clown Blush Palette, and I'm going to take this contortion shade, which is the orange, and put that on my cheeks. And now that I very fittingly look like a clown, I'm going to take just a light neutral brown shade. This is the shade Katsina from the Saharan palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to add some freckles. I know fake freckles are very controversial, but I absolutely love them. I think they're cute. Obviously, they don't look like necessarily natural. However, I'm alright with that because there's nothing about my like actual makeup that in any way looks natural, so it's like, it's alright. Just to go all out on the orange, I'm going to take the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Puppy and put this in my waterline before I do liner, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do liner on camera. If we're all being honest with each other, no one is going to benefit from that. I'm not that great at doing liner, and this is not going to be the place where you learn it. So I'm going to do my eyeliner off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so in the interest of time, I did my liner and I put mascara on. I used a sample of the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. I'm impressed. I like it. It doesn't irritate my eyes. I would not pay full price for it, but it is good. And then I put a little bit of black eyeshadow in my outer corners and along my lower lash line. And now it's time for lips. So I'm gonna be a basic biatch today and just do the same lip combo that I do all the time. So this is the L'Oreal Color Riche Matte Lip Liner in the shade Matting Call. And then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade... It fell out. And then I'm going to take the Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade 902C Bare It All. Okay everyone, thank you so much for watching and being here and listening to my random ass thoughts that are frankly quite irrelevant. But you know what? It was nice to have a chance to vent, and it feels like, you know, kind of a connection to the world outside of my little apartment. So overall, I've been really impressed with these shadows. I'm so happy with them and I cannot wait to play with them more. Let me know if there's anything else that you want me to film. I have literally nothing but time on my hands, so I am down to film whatever. I don't know, I'm in a really weird mood right now. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you next time. Bye!